Hey guys, what's going on? A bit of a change of pace today. When I did a survey of the subscribers to this channel a couple of months ago, you guys basically answered this question, which is, are you interested in seeing content on my channel that would be reviewing other ways to make money online rather than just trading? And 70% of people said yes, and 30% said no. Which I think, I think, given the markets, I think looking for other ways to increase your income, especially if it's passive, or build other online businesses, is probably smart thing to do. Before I get started in today's system and webinar that I want to talk about that's coming this week, which I think you guys could benefit from, I'm certainly going to go and watch it, that's for sure. I wanted to just briefly mention that for this week only in thetatraders.com, Lance and I are running a free trial to the Inner Circle lifetime subscription. So if you look at the different trials here, like really we only do a 7-day trial on the quarterly subscription, but you're very limited with that to what you actually get. So you don't get a lot of like the future strangles, the butterflies, all this kind of stuff. It's a very limited subscription compared to the Inner Circle Lifetime, which is where you get everything, which is this middle one. Normally it's almost $2,000 for this. We have a lot of people subscribed to the Inner Circle Lifetime now. It's been really popular. And so for this week only though, Lance has agreed to run this where basically if you join on the quarterly, instead of just getting 7 days of the quarterly things like the put credit spreads and stuff, you get everything that he does for the whole week. And so we made a new channel in the Discord where he's posting every single thing that people when they join can get access to that. So if you have been wondering about the futures, for example, like the consistent passive profit stuff, you can check it out for on the 7-day trial now. I think I'm going to keep this open until Sunday, and then it'll go back to the trial only gets what the quarterly guys get inside Theta Traders. So it's been going really great, even though the market's pulling back a little bit. We're starting to see a bounce off. I draw this rough trend line in, and it's getting a little nervous here that we weren't going to see much of a bounce, but it looks like we are starting to see a bounce. But this sell-off has been brutal. A lot of people that have been doing well in this upswing have really suffered on this downswing. Luckily in Theta Traders, we're still keeping our heads well above water and still making money. So fingers crossed, don't want to jinx it, but things are still well in Theta Traders. A lot of the strikes are way down here, and the expiration's only a few days away. So as long as we don't get anything crazy happening, we should be totally fine. At least I am. These are my particular strikes on MES. Anyway, that aside, I wanted to talk about the other business idea. So I have many businesses going at one time. So I have all sorts of things from real estate to e-commerce. Recently started an e-commerce store which makes me money passively, which is really fantastic. And so I'm getting more into these online ways of making money. And one thing that came up recently was from a acquaintance of mine, and he's running a webinar on Thursday this week. So you can see here 3 days from now, so August 24th, 3 days. And it's all about how you can get into the online business of basically making your supplements. So making supplements and selling to people. And it sounds so ludicrous to me because that sounds like a horrible business idea, right? Like, yeah, first of all, you've got all the hurdles like the FDA, you've got to have stock, you've got to have all this stuff, knowledge, you've got to know how to make it. Then who's going to buy it? You think, oh, who's going to buy a supplement from me, right? People are starting to do it though. And this guy, Jason, he is an expert in all these types of things, and he's really been vetting this as a potential a lucrative business opportunity. So if it's something that sounds interesting to you, and I know it's a weird idea to me, I'm going to go to the webinar, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. If you want to go to the webinar, I'll put a link in the description below. But let's just have a quick look at what this sort of entails. So the idea behind it is that apparently most Americans take at least one supplement. So we're talking like vitamin C, omega oil, like one of these things. And I know I take a lot of this stuff. We spend, I think, last time I checked with my wife, I think we spend 1,000 to 2,000 a month on supplements. It's something that we take really seriously, and it can really have a huge impact on your health. So it's something that I'm actually quite interested in because I've seen how lucrative it can be for the companies that are selling these. This $96 every trip on supplements seems, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably more average than what we spend. So he's saying we're in the early stages of growth with these businesses. People are becoming more health conscious. If you could pinpoint and target a few profitable subsegments. So Jason, I'm going to peel back the curtain and show how you can completely and swiftly unlock the super lucrative online supplement market in a way that is nearly hands off. So that's good. So I want to have other people do the work for me, right? So I don't want to be sitting in like some sort of drug dealer in my in my kitchen, like filling supplement capsules to ship off to some guy who ordered $10 worth or something. So for me, this is going to be a big thing. It's like, can I outsource all of this easily and cheaply and with minimal risk? So he is saying in his webinar stuff that he's going to basically talk about how you can do that. It doesn't require a lot of time or money and can be done without dealing with manufacturing, logistics, and overseas private label sellers. So I'm interested. If we can do something like that, to me, I can see how this could be a decent little business. I'm prepared to try most things usually and say half of them work and half of them don't, and maybe like half of the ones that do work only make a small amount of money, but you never know what you're going to hit, right? So this could be interesting. So let's see what's in the webinar. So he's going to talk about right now in the foreseeable future that this is an industry you need to play in. I trust him on this because he's been doing online marketing and e-commerce for a long time. He's known as like the $500 million marketer or something. He's done really well for himself in these industries. He's done everything from Amazon to crypto to everything. This guy knows his stuff. So that's why I'm kind of putting this in front of you guys, because I know Jason is somebody that it's worth listening to. So if he's interested in this, I'm also interested in at least looking at it and going to the webinar. So he's saying how to almost immediately have your own high quality made in the US consumables brand up and running with zero minimum order requirement, zero research and development. I mean, can you imagine having to do research and development on supplements? If this is really something the average person can do, it's pretty extraordinary. I think we live in interesting times. How you can leverage AI to help you build a memorable brand that resonates with your target audience and really stand out in crowded marketplaces. Most importantly, how to get customers that not only happily buy once, but continue to buy for a long time. So, very interesting. So I looked up some more stuff. This is my How to Make Money Online blog that I run. And so I wrote up a little article this morning. And it basically I was looking through some of these other points. And so this is one of the first points, is it takes too much capital. Well, apparently he's going to explain how it doesn't take too much capital, so that's good. Private label route is more affordable, of course, but still costs a lot of money just to meet the minimum order quantity, especially if you go and get high quality USA stuff made. So there's a lot of stuff that's I'm interested to see what he says about this, because it does sound like an appealing business. I know the margins on these can be really high. So if it's something that can be done, might be fun to try. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of my idea for the week. Again, the webinar is right here. It's in 3 days on August 24th. It's worth going and listening to. I mean, you never know, it might be something that changes your life. I started an e-commerce store a couple months ago, and I've just kind of forgotten about it, and I keep seeing sales coming in. Like, cool, okay, great, this will offset any market downcline. So having trading is just your only source of supplemental income or primary income is a really bad idea. As everybody who was making tons of money up here probably realized on this sell-off. So I really encourage you guys, and I'm going to do more videos like this with ideas, things that I'm testing and trying. I have a bunch of courses I bought a while ago, which I've actually badly never really implemented on them. Things like Amazon reselling and stuff like that. So I can talk about those things too. I want to stick mainly to trading, but occasionally, especially after a market downturn, I think sometimes people might be able to turn a horrible loss in the market into something quite nice, because like, okay, well, I'm going to have to make this money back somehow. Why don't I start this type of business? And then you try that. And before you know it, you have a trading business going well again, and you have another business going well. So this could be something I'm skeptical of, but I'm going to keep an open mind and go and check this out on Thursday. And I highly recommend it if you're even slightly interested in the possibility of doing something like this, or adding another stream of income to your trading income, then check it out too. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.